You're tuned in to Nerd Overload, your weekly show for video games, movies, TV shows, comics, tech news, and more. Now your hosts, Cody Pennick, Samantha Cross, Sam Dunham, and Josh Harrison.
Hey everybody, strap on those jingle bells because we're coming in hot on Christmas. It's holiday time here at Nerd Overload. I'm Cody.
I'm Sam.
I'm Josh.
We have a great show for you this week. Thank you all for tuning in. We have a bunch of news to go over of the pop and geek culture variety. But first, let's talk about some things we've been checking out.
That's right, I didn't say it was a pop and geek culture show in that opening.
That's okay. We got it covered. We're good. Okay, so...
Like a blanket.
Yeah, so what do we want to talk about first? Should we just pull that Band-Aid off and talk about Smash Brothers?
Let me talk about Spider-Verse.
Okay, let's talk about
I'm not
Spider-Verse.
going to say a lot because I don't want to spoil it.
Right, we can
As
probably
it
get
just came out.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know,
And
Josh
we'll
and I
probably-
were probably going to see it.
Yeah, we'll
next-
probably talk about it again
Oh,
anyway.
Yeah, we'll talk about it a little more in depth next weekend. But yeah, what'd you think?
But I want to say definitely go see it because it's an incredible movie and probably the best Spider-Man movie and probably the best animated movie I've seen in years.
That's what I keep hearing. I keep hearing it's like one of the best Spider-Man movies made.
Yeah. And just animated. It's the first 3D animated movie I've seen in, God, I don't know how long, that actually looks different and tries to do something different. So it deserves an award on that alone. Because they all have that same, like...
Yeah, they all kind of look about the same.
Yeah, this one actually looks comic booky and good. It's one of the few comic book movies I've ever seen that actually embraces the fact that this is from comics.
Yeah.
So, is that particular Peter Parker the Tobey Maguire-esque Peter Parker,
I mean, not...
officially?
Yeah.
But a lot of his things are kind of pulled from that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's
Interesting.
hard to talk about Peter Parker without spoiling the
film.
plot.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the Spider-Mans are very good. Nick Cage absolutely knocks it out of the park as Spider-Man Noir.
Excellent. That's all I needed to hear.
It's like the role he was born to voice act, apparently.
I mean, when he
Fantastic.
wasn't Superman.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
But, like, definitely go see it. It's so good. See it twice.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I'm not even that big of a Spider-Man guy. I kind of have a just, like...
A passing knowledge.
Yeah, I don't not like Spider-Man, but I also don't love Spider-Man either.
Sure. Yeah.
And I love this movie.
Well, one thing I did real quick, I've been watching a bunch of the old Justice League action cartoons
It's not
from a
that
few
old.
No,
It's
not the old,
It's not,
yeah.
it's not that old. I
They might
misspoke,
still be
but-
making them. I don't know.
Right. But I went through and watched a handful of them.
They're so good.
They're very good.
They're fun.
Like their take on some of the the league, like Superman is goofy, and that's great. Booster Gold. Have you seen any of the episodes of Booster
Yeah.
Gold? Oh, it's awesome. And it's Dietrich Bader. It's the Batman Brave and the Bold Batman voice. And it's so good. Like, it's just really enjoyable.
Their Wonder Woman is rad.
I love her hair.
Yeah.
Yep. Patton Oswalt as, like, the space cabbie. That's great.
Their Constantine is great.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple, like, House of Mystery episodes that are just, like, top-notch.
Yeah. It's like they are an all-ages thing, kind of, but they don't talk down to the audience, and they aren't afraid to take, like, deep cuts of characters. Like
Space Cabbie.
Space cabbie.
And
Yeah.
it's just fun, like a
Yeah.
superhero show for kids should be.
Yeah.
But not too kiddie, like, say, like, DC, like the...
Marvel Superhero Squad.
Right.
Or the DC Girl one. I can't remember the name of that one.
Well, that one's
The
pretty
DC
fun, though.
It is fun, but it's very much designed to sell toys to girls.
DC Superhero Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what else is fun? The Marvel Secret, was that the Secret Avengers, whatever, with Squirrel Girl and Miss Marvel and
Marvel Rising.
Marvel Rising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is good.
I like that one a lot.
With Patriot and Quake.
Quake, yep. Which is the actress who plays Quake on
In S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, same actress. What's her name? The character she plays as Sky.
Yeah, well, Sky, but her name's actually
Daisy Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's a good show, too. Cartoons are great, you guys.
Yeah.
Just watch cartoons.
We went over this a couple weeks ago.
We did, but hey,
I love cartoons.
this
Yeah.
show would be nothing if we didn't repeat ourselves about things constantly, so it's okay. Cartoons are good. We could say it multiple times.
We got time to fill. Cartoons are great.
Yep.
Cartoons.
Did we mention how cartoons are great? No. Okay, so let's talk about Smash, because I want to talk about Smash
Let's talk
now.
about Smash, baby.
I'm going to hit you and me.
All right.
Now we need that as an opening for whenever we talk about Smash.
Good deal. All right, I'll get on that.
One quick thing, though.
Yes.
A non-Smash related. Check
Okay,
it out.
let's do it.
Let's not talk about Smash quite yet.
I kind of started over, and go back and started watching Archer again.
Oh, cool.
I forgot how weird those first couple seasons were.
Yeah.
Like they're still fleshing out what they wanted the characters to do, because they're completely different later in the series.
Oh, sure. Well, eventually they just stopped caring about continuity at all, and they just like,
Which is-
they had the Magnum PI season.
Oh,
and, like,
Vice, yeah.
Yeah.
Will they eventually start using the characters as like have them playing different roles in different stories, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that was a coma dream.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So it still fits in the okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Never mind.
Archer was having a coma dream for Dreamland. I haven't watched the new one, the Danger Island or whatever. Anyway, I forgot how well written it was.
Oh,
like some of those
yeah.
jokes.
Well written. Yeah.
And talk about continuity, but the continuity of certain things carry over from episode to episode.
Yeah.
Like through the rest of the series, he has a scar on his foot from where Lana shot him.
Right.
Well, he's got that tattoo.
Two tattoos.
The Seamus one.
Yeah,
Wee
Wee
Baby.
Baby Seamus and Dickie, Woodhouse's brother,
Right.
because he took his plane ticket and had a Vegas trip with him.
Right. Right. Really, just such a good show. It's sometimes hard to believe that this all the same company that did C Lab 2021
And
is
Frisky
do-
Dingo.
and Frisky. Well, you could see Frisky Dingo.
Frisky Dingo
In
feels like a
Archer.
proto Archer.
It really does.
I mean, yeah, he even had the same art. Too bad the other series they wanted to do didn't pan out
Yeah, the post-apocalypse one
with
with,
the two ladies.
Caitlin Olsen and somebody else.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
that looked so good.
Yeah,
It did.
Oh man, like I was sitting there watching it, and my girlfriend's like, "Why does his voice sound familiar?" I'm like, "That's Bob from Bob's
He's
Burgers."
yeah, he's Bob Belcher.
Yeah.
And I told her, I'm like, "Well, later on, there's a crossover."
He was on, I think, Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me not too long ago, and they asked him what the difference between their voices were, and he's like, he does Archer as that regular voice, and then he does the same thing as Bob, but he's not sure of himself. Like that's the difference. He's like, Oh,
I
God.
love you, but you're all terrible people. Anyway, let's talk about Smash, baby.
But
Okay.
Bob's Burgers is really good. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Cartoons are great. Did
Yeah.
we mention
Cartoons are great.
Smash.
Smash? It's such a good game.
That's the new T-shirt idea.
Yeah.
Cartoons are great.
Cartoons are great. Yes, very good. I'll get on that. But no, Smash Brothers is great. We all picked up like I think day and date.
Yeah.
And
Everybody and their brother, man.
Yeah, we've all been playing it pretty well. So let's get some opinions. What some thoughts of the game and stuff.
It's real good. It's Smash Brothers. It's not gonna surprise you.
Yeah. So for the folks who don't know, Smash Brothers is the latest in a long-running game series where like a lot of like the main characters from various Nintendo and now non-Nintendo games also come together in a fighting game where they fight each other, but like not to the death, but just to kind of knock each other off a
Yeah,
ledge.
not a traditional fighting game.
No, definitely not.
The more damage you take, the further you'll launch when you're hit, and you win by launching everyone off the stage.
Yeah, and it's all good in the end because the worst thing that happens is that your player is
Clapping for the victor.
forced to clap for the victor while they do a winning pose, basically. But this newest iteration is like it's the best.
Man,
Yeah.
It's the best.
Some of those CPUs though,
Oh yeah.
they are brutal. Mm-hmm. Like they're doing things. I'm like, man, how do I do that?
Well, they're doing things that like Evo level players would do,
Oh,
like
yeah.
jumping off the ledge. Like I am too much of a coward to be able to jump off a ledge when someone is already trying to jump back on the ledge and try to knock them down even further.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't figure that out. But like the CPU can, and previous games the CPU wouldn't do that, but now it is like now doing it.
It's got better AI now.
Yes. I like a lot of the characters. I haven't unlocked all of them. And there's a good reason for that. But the ones that I have played, the updates to their movesets and everything seems really, it seems pretty balanced for the most part. There's some pretty good standouts.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't throw a Mario Odyssey reference into Mario's moveset.
Yeah.
Well, one of his taunts has Cappy.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, Cappy pops up.
I almost never use taunts, honestly.
I wish they would ditch the flood.
Yeah, I wish
Yeah,
they would too.
I do not like that move.
No. And that's a one-time thing from one game from like 15 years ago at this point.
Yeah, I kind of wish they would. I know Mario is always like, hey, he shoots fireballs, but like with Mario Odyssey, I wish they would have swapped it with Cappy. Turned his fireball into a boomerang projectile.
Oh yeah, his
Cap comes out.
His neutral special.
Yeah. Although it's kind of interesting that Dr. Mario now takes the place of like the classic Mario moveset from like the first Smash
Oh,
Bros.
does
game.
he have the tornado?
He has the tornado on his down B. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to play as him then.
Yep.
I've played him a bit. He's not bad.
And all of his moves do electric damage instead of fire.
Huh.
So, yep, it's really interesting. But
It's a shocking change up.
I don't like his cape really either. I like that it's there.
Dr. Mario's cape, it's a prescription sheet, and it puts and he, instead of like flipping, like smacking you with it, he puts it on the ground and flips it up, so you kind of do a flip
knock
up.
him up. Oh.
Knock him up a little bit.
It can reflect projectiles.
Yeah.
Now the thing with Mario's cape though, like regular Mario's cape, it does reverse their controls briefly
Oh. I didn't
when you
know
when you
that.
hit somebody with it.
Yep, it does do that. So along with like the standard game modes, like classic mode where you're playing
Just
in the-
fighting people,
just fighting people and stuff, they also added an adventure mode.
which is gigundous.
It's huge. It's
huge
massive.
and it
Yeah,
takes
it's pretty big.
forever.
That's why I haven't unlocked everyone, because I've decided instead of just going through classic mode a million times and just
Doing it that way.
I'm taking my time and going through adventure mode and clearing it all
Plus,
out.
adventure mode's kind of fun.
It's great.
I know. But it does give you some challenges. Some are a little too much.
There's some really creative, like what the adventure mode is basically doing is it's taking the predetermined like cast of fighters and changing like the parameters of the fight. Like sometimes they'll be bigger or smaller, or they have certain weapons or not, or like certain
Or they favor
buff-
certain moves versus others.
right, to kind of mimic other classic
Characters.
characters from various games. And it makes for some really interesting fighting scenarios that you wouldn't typically see in a fighting game.
Oh yeah, like when you fight Balrog in the Street Fighter area and it's Little Mac.
It's Little Mac.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's one that's 9 volt and 18 volt from WarioWare,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them is Incineroar, and one of them is a yellow villager.
Yeah.
Like it's like approximating these characters that would never actually be in the game
Right.
as kind of a hey, here's a nod to you, person who wishes this character was in the game.
Yeah. Well, like Zangief. They made Incineroar Zangief, but they made him double size, and all of his grapple moves do double damage. So it's like as close as you're going to get to the character without.
I
it
mean,
being the character.
Incineroar had Zangief's fighting moves anyway,
Yeah, he did
pretty much. I mean, that's how you translate wrestling Pokemon Cat to a fighting game.
basically.
And some of these are better than others.
Oh, yeah.
Shantae is a Zero Suit Samus with a sword, which doesn't make any sense.
well, yeah.
Shantae doesn't use a sword.
Well,
Well, except in Pirate's Curse, I
well,
guess.
there. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, some of them. You're right. Some of them are a little worse than others, but by and large, I really enjoyed. I just for the grand scope of the map is just
Oh yeah, it's
mind-boggling.
ridiculous. And there's so many like you got to find this guy so you can use this boat or this train, and I think that's clever and
That's really
and
clever.
cool.
Yep.
I think a lot of the challenges are just more obnoxious than they are actually a decently designed challenge.
Yeah.
It's good. It's fun. It's no Subspace Emissary.
No, I wish there was like an actual story to
from
the
the
story
Wii
mode.
version of the game.
Yeah.
That's still better. That's still the choicest single player Smash Brothers experience you can have.
Yeah.
But this is good.
At least it kind of has a story mode.
I mean, there's like a cutscene.
The opening like cinematic
That
yeah.
we've all
Although
already seen.
It's a very good cinematic.
It
though.
is, yeah.
Okay. Oh man, here's a pet peeve for me:
Okay, let's hear it.
the fact that there are Kirby puppet fighters
Despite Kirby not being,
captured and used as a puppet factory.
That is a good point.
yeah,
I did not think about that.
but
It aggravated me the first time I saw it, which was the 5-star one Kirby's.
yeah. But then again, it's like this adventure mode was designed before they had a story for it. I think they just wanted a map with a bunch of cool
Star Wands.
Yeah.
cool things to do, and then like
At least
just wave hand.
At least when you get it and you get the Star Wand spirit,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't just equip you with a Star Wand like a lot of the other spirits for weapons do. It actually does something different.
We didn't explain spirits. Really.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
yeah,
gonna
sorry.
mention that. The spirits, they've taken the place of both the like trophy like mini game kind of thing like from previous games where like any character that's not an actual fighter in the game but they want to have like a reference to it. Previous games they had like a little 3D model that you would collect.
Yeah, you could unlock and then
Mm-hmm.
you could go look at it, and it would have like a paragraph of text about that character.
Right. And then there were previous games where they also had like I think they're called stickers where they basically, they were a little thing that you would basically equip your character with, and they gave you special effects like increased damage or
Wasn't that
whatever.
Wasn't that in the last one?
That was in the last one.
Well,
Yeah,
no, it was in the Wii in Brawl.
it was.
Brawl had stickers.
Yeah, because that was Subspace Emissary.
Yeah.
Had the stickers. Anyway, they kind of combined the two, and so now you get these thing called spirits, which are basically big glossy JPEGs of various classic game characters and weapons and whatnot, and they give your characters different effects and kind of change their gameplay mechanics a little bit.
Yep.
My biggest pet peeve about the stickers is they don't have accompanying flavor text.
Yeah, that is kind of the problem.
There's no history there. Yeah.
It really sucks.
Yeah,
Like you'll find characters, I'm like, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah.
sure.
And they will tell you it's from blank series, but that's it.
That's yeah,
Like, it wouldn't have killed him to put 3 sentences in there about each one.
true.
I mean, there's a lot, but there's not that many.
I mean, I can give him almost a pass because there's over 1,000 of them currently, and there may be more potentially.
just like 3 sentences.
I
Not even,
know, I
not even a
agree.
full paragraph.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying, it's it would have been 3 sentences times over 1,000 characters. It's a lot of sentences.
Yeah, I mean, it really takes the fun out of collecting them,
Sure.
though, if it's literally just the JPEG.
sure. Yeah, I agree with that. Yep.
It makes the loss of the trophies hurt more than it should.
Some of the maps are fun, weird little deep cuts too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the Pac-Man Pac World map or whatever, where it looks really badly drawn because that game looked like crud.
Oh, Pac-Land.
Yeah.
I really like Pac-Land. It's actually a really fun game if you sit down and figure it out.
So, okay, which character have you guys been gravitating to more than others?
Snake,
Of course.
like ridiculously so. I didn't mean to become a Snake main, but I'm a Snake main. That, and I like the big ones too, like Bowser and Donkey Kong.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I do like playing as Donkey Kong. That is fun. I recently just unlocked Donkey Kong.
Nice.
I love his up B.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if I don't go flying up into the air with it, I just sit there and just punch somebody, into next week. But I mostly use. It really depends on the map and the match. But I use Kirby a lot.
Sure,
he's pretty broken.
He's kind of taken almost the place of Mario as being like the all arounder character.
Like
I
he's
switched away from him as soon as the game
I
let me.
did too.
I've been trying to, but then I got really comfortable with his moveset. And the fact that you can jump 6 times with him.
Oh yeah. See, I've ran into the same thing with Lucario. I don't want to play as Lucario. I don't like the character, but
He's a terrible Pokemon.
he is not a great Pokemon. But I've gotten accustomed to his moveset and
His face.
and his and his yeah no and his mechanic where he deals out more damage the more damage he's taken. So it makes some of the challenges where you're just going to take a bunch of hits. It makes it a little bit. It's like a high risk, high reward kind
Yeah.
of thing. And I've been inadvertently gotten fairly decent at playing as Lucario. Although as soon as I unlock Ganondorf, I'm switching to him and probably not looking back because that is a great character.
I also use Pikachu a lot. And I always flip it to the Luchador Pikachu outfit.
Oh, of course, yes,
Pikachu Libre.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Mostly because I love Pikachu's down B. Where you
Is
call
that the lightning?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's a good one.
like collecting people above me on platforms and just zapping the living daylights out of them.
The
Plus
Pokemon,
he's got great air survivability.
Yeah.
He
The
has 2
Pokemon
moves.
trainer's Ivysaur has Bullet Seed as a up B, and that one's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it goes up pretty far too. I had a trouble with a challenge with a stupid Bulbasaur.
Snake's up B smash, not even special move, but smash shoots a missile
Shoots-
up in the air too.
It did that in Brawl as well. Yeah, I remember.
It's very good. All Snake's moves are very. I love how bonkers they are.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to just say, "Hey, that we'll just give him some guns."
It's just Army Man.
because that's boring.
Oh,
They're like,
then it just makes him a fox.
yeah,
Right.
but like his smash attacks are shooting a missile at the ground near you,
Yeah.
and he has good air recovery too with that cipher. Which is, it's dumb that it's the cipher because that's like in one game and it's not even really that big of a thing, but it's his up B.
Yeah. Have you guys played with any of the new additions to the cast?
The Belmonts are fantastic.
That's what I keep hearing. I haven't gotten.
I haven't unlocked a Belmont
Actually, I
yet.
think I've unlocked Richter, and I just haven't messed with him yet. But
I got both of them.
Oh, you did?
Their special moves are perfect and perfect representations of Castlevania.
Yeah. Like the axe looks like it has like a perfect arc.
Yeah, it has
on
the same art. You got the axe, you got the crucifix boomerang, and you got the holy water, and all of them work as they should, and they fit into Smash perfectly. They're great characters.
I just love how Simon Belmont's stance is like a 3D representation of
that
his
same,
like, stupid, like doofy, weird crouch walk that he had from the NES games.
The Belmont bad posture.
Yeah, I think it's great.
I'm disappointed that Richter, none of Richter's taunts make him say, "Die, monster."
You don't belong in this world.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been good though.
But they're both some of the best additions Smash Brothers has had since like Melee.
Yeah. Ridley is slow and lumbering and not fun to play.
I haven't unlocked him, so I don't know.
Yeah, he's just I want to like Ridley, playing as a giant space dragon.
And he's got like Meta Ridley alternate costumes.
I want to like the character so bad, but it's just there's something about it I can't put my finger on, but it's not the character's not for me. It's just too slow and like the moves have a weird arc on them. I don't know.
I think the Squid Kids from Splatoon are great. I love their side B paint roller move.
Yep. I've done a little bit of
Oh yeah, when
that.
it grounds them.
Yeah.
I haven't messed around with them enough to really get an opinion on it yet, but I have played a little bit with them, and it's fun. I know, Josh, you don't much care for it.
Mostly, I think it's because I haven't really gotten a grasp of
Sure.
like that of their play style.
Sure. Yeah.
It's kind of. I'll tell you one thing about Smash is I'm terrible about blocking stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm not great at it either.
I kind of just go in there swinging.
I'm only good at blocking when it's a boss, when they're like set patterns I know are
sure.
coming.
Yeah.
Then I'm great at blocking, but during the fights it's like I'm always like 2 seconds too late.
I've gotten pretty good about air dodging, like the block and move as you're in the air.
Yeah.
I can dodge projectiles pretty consistently with the air dodge.
How do you feel about the change up to Link?
I like it.
Yeah.
He feels a little faster than standard Links.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know, cuz I like my Link green.
You can make him wear green.
Yeah, which when I played as him I made him wear the
classic
tunic.
Yeah. I like that there is a timer on the bomb from.
Is that how that works? It's a timer? I couldn't figure
you press
out
down,
if it was...
You press down B once to get the bomb out and throw it, and then you press down B again to detonate it.
Oh, so it's like...
It's just like Breath of the Wild bombs. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I like the older way better.
I mean, then play as young Link.
Yeah, it's true. The option's there.
The options are there. Yeah.
There's 3 Links in this game.
Yeah.
They could have put an Impa in there.
They could have. Sure.
It made me realize my favorite Link design is from Skyward Sword.
Oh, yeah,
which is not that great of a Zelda game, but it's my favorite look.
It's a good looking game. Yeah, sure.
Did you notice that Zelda is the Link Between Worlds one?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which is like my second favorite Zelda game.
Yeah, and isn't one of her alt colors the Dark World, the
probably
Hilda?
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
Link Between Worlds is so good. If you haven't played it, like, get on that because it's so solid.
It's very, very good.
It's one of the few Zeldas that I've played through like multiple times just because I like it so much.
Yeah. All right, so we're getting close to the end to the break here, but final thoughts on Smash Brothers.
Needs to play more.
9.8.
Very good.
It is very good.
9.8 out of 10.
It's very good, and I like the fact that it doesn't hold your hand.
Yes, I like that. Yeah.
It is challenging almost to a frustrating fault.
It's the best Smash Brothers game that they've made, but not the best Smash Brothers game they could make.
Right.
That's my like final thought.
That's my box
I
like it.
quote.
Yeah. You know what? I like that. I like that. And you know what? We're probably going to roll back around and talk about Smash some more in the second half because there's some news that's happening with Smash. But
the online sucks turds.
That's what I hear. I haven't touched it yet, but I've heard the netcode is not
I played
good.
one match and it lagged the whole time.
Well, they said during the direct that it's very strongly recommended that you use a wired
which I
connection.
wasn't, but I have pretty good internet.
Sure.
I have pretty solid
But just because you have
connection.
solid internet doesn't mean that your opponent necessarily has it.
But there's I can play an MMO with 1,000 people in it and it runs great.
Well, that's a problem with Nintendo's games nowadays anyway, is their online just kind of sucks.
And now you have to pay for the online and it's not any better.
Yeah.
It sucks. And
Yeah.
there's no excuse for it to be this bad.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, we got to take a break, but when we come back, we'll get into a little bit of news.
Hey, we're back. That was I Am Santa Claus, the best Christmas song ever made because it's the only Christmas song that is also a Black Sabbath song.
It's done by Bob Rivers, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, we're getting in the jolly spirit. Get ready for Christmas music for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we missed a week by accident because we weren't thinking about it. But it's
Oops, but hey,
holiday time.
but it was Carly Rae Jepsen, so you know it's okay.
Yeah.
You get pass. Anyway, let's talk about some news. Who wants to kick things off with the news?
Let's talk a big giant ocean dwelling monster that comes out every once in a while to destroy Tokyo.
Great, more Smash. No, no. Okay, yeah, there's a trailer for Godzilla King of Monsters, like the second full trailer, right?
It's the second full trailer, and this is the first time we really get to see the monsters.
Yeah.
The sequel to the American Godzilla movie
From
that came
2012.
out in 2012.
Mm-hmm. Which was a darn bait and switch because I wanted, more, Bryan Cranston in it. But then
Yeah.
he died 10 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
To be fair, it was still coming hot off the Breaking Bad fandom.
Sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, that was good marketing.
Oh, sure. Oh, absolutely.
I think he was good in it when he
Oh,
was
he
in
was,
it.
yeah, he was good for what he did, but I wish he did more.
He definitely didn't have the impact and the scope that the trailers made you feel like he had.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, let's talk about the second one. So in this one, there are more monsters, which is great. It's what the first one needed.
It's what you would ask for in
Also-
a Godzilla sequel.
Also, they are established monsters.
They're
not
named
something
monsters.
they made up.
They're not the Mutos.
Which I like the Mutos.
They were fine. I just wish.
I like the way Godzilla dispatched the last Muto.
Well, yeah.
And let Godzilla be the star of the movie by putting in a new monster that you don't care as much about.
Sure, that makes sense. I agree with that.
For the first one. And also I want to say that movie's pretty good.
It is. Yeah, I mean,
It's a good movie. I love that
yeah,
movie.
yeah. So the second one, it looks like Godzilla is going to be kind of the good guy a little bit in this.
I mean,
perhaps
he was kind of the good guy in the last one.
Yeah.
I suppose. Yeah, that's true.
But this is definitely more Godzilla, protector of Earth kind of thing.
Our new giant lizard overlord is going to protect us from Mothra and
Rodan.
and King Ghidorah.
Mhm.
I think that was what was in the trailer.
That's
Yeah.
those are
Yes.
the ones. Yeah.
Yes.
I like that they're kind of. I don't know if they're going to outright say it or if it's just kind of slyly referenced that all the monsters are like based around elemental kind of things.
It's like Pokemon.
Kind of like yeah, because Rodan comes out of a volcano, and like Godzilla rises from the ocean, and
breathes atomic fire.
yeah, and Mothra's like a wind flying bug thing.
So
Ghidorah's has
Rodan is
lightning.
going to be super effective against Mothra.
Yes,
Godzilla is going to be super effective against
Rodan.
And King Ghidorah is the Pikachu,
Yeah.
is a giant 3-headed Pikachu. Yeah.
voiced by Ryan Reynolds.
Yes. Yeah. It looks great, but I don't know. It's probably just the trailers, but I don't really care about the human characters.
Yeah,
yet.
like the scenes showing them in like Congress or whatever made me a
don't-
little leery.
I don't care. Like, I'm sure Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things is going to do a great job, whatever her character's motivation is
As
supposed
Senator
to be.
Child.
Yeah. But in all the trailers so far, she is just a crying child who may or may not have some kind of weird connection to Godzilla. Maybe.
Maybe.
Wait. What if she's the dreaming kid from Monster Island?
Well, that could be.
That's
But
a
that means
weird-
we're going to get Godzuki. Or wait, no, what is it? His son in the movies.
Yeah, it was not Godzilla. That was the
Godzuki was the animated series.
Yeah.
Godzuki.
And he made sounds that sounded like Scooby-Doo choking.
Right, because he was. Oh crap!
It's like Minora or something like that.
Minora.
Minora?
Minora.
Minora.
Happy Hanukkah,
I almost said
everybody.
Minora, but I didn't think that was right. But now I'm thinking about it.
Crazy monsters.
Yeah. But anyway, this looks great.
I mean, it looks like it could be really good, but then again, it's an American Godzilla movie, so who knows?
Done by Legendary, so
Yeah.
that's a strike against it already.
Also, the fact that don't forget that Kong Skull Island also fits within this universe.
That's very true. That's why they made King Kong humongous in Skull Island, because he has to be big enough to
fight
to
Godzilla.
fight a Godzilla in the giant monster shared universe that I threw up in my mouth a little bit saying out loud, why does everything have to be a shared universe nowadays? I know.
Marvel.
Because Marvel.
Yeah.
But, like, do we really need everything to be tied in with everything else?
Yes, because it makes more money.
Well, but doesn't the shine come off that apple a little bit?
I think it has.
Oh yeah,
I think
definitely.
there's definitely less of a push behind it than there was
Yeah.
I mean-
after the Justice League kind of blew it.
And also the Universal Monsters cinematic
Yeah,
universe
the dark
that didn't
universe.
happen. The dark universe.
I
Yeah.
guess that one kind of blew up the worst. At
They-
least
Man, I can't believe they went all in on the Mummy like that.
They tried to they tried to start that twice because the original beginning was
Dracula Untold.
Dracula Untold or Unchained or whatever it
It was
was.
Untold. And it
Untold?
was terrible.
And it was bad, so they decided, you know what, that one doesn't count. We're gonna do a do-over.
Do-overs,
Let's
yeah.
get Tom Cruise to be a mummy. He wasn't even the mummy.
And Russell Crowe was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Oh, we've talked about that movie. That
I
movie's-
know. I rented
just-
that movie and I regretted
So
it.
did I, and it was bad.
if you can't wait for this Godzilla movie and you want some Godzilla action, go get Shin Godzilla because it's amazing.
It's very good. It's got a floppy, googly-eyed Godzilla, proto-Godzilla.
and we
it's
talked
great.
about not wanting the Congress human scenes, and that movie is almost entirely like the Japanese government floundering around trying to deal with Godzilla, but it's still very
It's
good.
still good. Well, Godzilla
Or-
then started shooting lasers out of his tail in
Or
multiple
you-
directions.
Or you could watch the Netflix animated Godzilla films. I think the third one's out now.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched it yet, but I think it's out.
That we are in no way starving for Godzilla content in this world.
No.
Man, I love me some Godzilla though.
I mean, heck, you can go back and watch some of the old Ultraman, like the original series, because they blew up the original Godzilla suit because they, the corn monster, like the weird corn dinosaur monster that Ultraman, the first one, beat up.
Oh yeah,
That was the original Godzilla suit that they retrofit with
from
a bunch of
from 1952.
Uh-huh. And they put a bunch of weird corn prosthetic all over it to make it an alien,
Oh,
and then they
man.
exploded it at the end of that shoot.
That's too bad.
Yeah,
The original suit actor for Godzilla passed out in that suit.
yeah.
The
It was
suit
bef-
was-
it was before they thought about building like tiny fans inside it
Well,
and
it
stuff.
was like so. It was so thick with like rubber and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
it could stand on its own, and he passed out in it. And
And
they,
nobody knew.
yeah, and then also like after like he could only be in the suit for like 12 minutes at a time.
And didn't he lose like a bunch of weight? He
Yeah.
like sweat like 20 pounds off himself or
Dude,
something.
After every take, they poured out like X amount of gallons of sweat.
Oh,
out of the
gross.
suit. Yeah. So here's the thing. When the last American Godzilla movie was coming out, the 2012 one, I went back and I watched every.
I remember
Godzilla-
that because we talked about him on the show.
Yeah, I watched
remember that.
every Godzilla film,
Uh-huh.
every single one.
Yeah. Did you watch the American Godzilla? The with
Matthew Broderick.
No, I mean like the one where they like spliced in
Oh,
Raymond Burr.
Yeah.
I watched them both because I own them both.
Raymond
And-
Burr
and
as
then-
as intrepid U.S. reporter Steve Martin.
He's a wild and crazy
He is
guy.
a wild and
Was it
crazy
Steve
guy.
Martin? I thought it was something else.
No, his name was Steve Martin in that
Yeah,
movie.
and then they bring him back for Godzilla 1980. No,
because he wouldn't have been.
no, he was older. He was
He was-
way older in
Well,
this movie.
then they may have.
Because they basically kind of soft rebooted the series.
Right.
This might have been the 80s one.
Before that was the term you would even use to describe
yeah.
what was happening.
Well, yeah, and basically in this reboot, it was the only films in that canon was the original Godzilla film, and then this other one, this sequel to the original Godzilla film.
Right.
Because some of those really early Godzilla films, like before they started getting real fun in the 70s, are not good.
No. No,
like
they're
the
not.
like the second black and white one was like a couple of Japanese pilots, and they find a Godzilla monster. It's not even the original Godzilla monster.
It's just Godzilla.
yeah.
Yeah.
But oh man, I'm excited though. Like the trailer, I know I'm trying not to give him too much of the hype, but the other
No,
part,
just lean into it.
I have to. I have to.
Let's become like the Nerdist and just be super excited about every movie trailer that comes out, regardless of quality.
That's right. And speaking of being excited about movie trailers, Avengers Endgame had a trailer.
And it
And-
was
and-
real good.
It was really good.
And actually gave us the title of the movie.
It
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Which they've hinted at several times in the other movies. They've used the phrase "endgame" a lot,
Yeah.
which is
you know
pretty
what?
clever.
They did.
Yeah, I saw a supercut of the times they
Said
I mean,
Endgame.
Doctor Strange says it. Like a lot of people say it.
Tony Stark says it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, the trailer looks really good. It's very bleak.
Oh yeah.
Like Yeah, Tony
mean, it
Stark's
was-
not in a good way.
It was
like,
it was so bleak. Captain America shaved his beard.
yeah.
It was so bleak. I thought I was watching a DC movie trailer. But
Aw.
No,
No,
come on.
no,
the
they've
Aquaman
earned-
trailers have been very good
that's
lately.
true.
Rim
and
shot.
they've earned this bleakness.
They
with
really- they
other
have.
movies.
They absolutely have.
Especially that last one.
I am super glad that Paul Rudd, Ant-Man, is actually going to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Because I was really kind of concerned with the post-credit stinger of Ant-Man and the Wasp. I thought that was their way of subtly kind of writing him out of the Avengers movies because, you know, he gets stuck in a place where he probably shouldn't be able to come back from. But somehow he totally did.
Oh,
But
no,
I think that'll be the secret how to fix
Yeah,
everything.
that gives
Probably.
them carte blanche to come up with some reason why they can save the day because of what happened in that movie we're dancing around.
Sure, absolutely.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Marvel pseudoscience.
Because go watch Ant-Man the Wasp.
It's
very
very
good.
Actually, I think that either just popped up on Netflix or it pops up Netflix next month.
Very cool.
Yeah, I saw that movie twice. I liked it so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was definitely a good Bugman movie.
Yeah. And Paul Rudd's great.
He's great.
And speaking of Paul Rudd, if we're done talking about this trailer,
Let's do it.
he's the star of the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog movie that released a teaser image that's not good.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much that Sonic, I don't like it.
Much like the upcoming Detective Pikachu that kind of took a realistic approach to its characters. There looks like they're going that way with this movie, but it's Sonic the Hedgehog, so it doesn't really
It
work.
doesn't work right. Like, why does Sonic need giant meaty calves?
Yeah, which they haven't like completely shown him. It's like a silhouette, and it still looks bad.
Oh,
Like,
he looks like a tiny person with a giant like mascot head.
yeah.
It's awful. It's awful, and I don't like it. Although I showed you guys the pre-production, like the leaked possible pre-production image of their design of Sonic, and it made me like despise it less.
But it
Still don't like it.
doesn't really look like Sonic the Hedgehog as we know and love him.
He looks like the Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
Also, to be fair, Paul Rudd is not attached to this film.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
I just went through the whole cast list.
Paul Rudd is the cop.
Nope. That is
Unless
it's James Marston.
Unless they recast him.
Oh, yeah, they did.
That's right, they didn't they?
it's
Shoot.
Spike from Buffy.
Yeah. They finally gave him some work.
Right.
Yeah. He's leaving the convention circuit long enough to do this Sonic the Hedgehog movie. That's right. They did.
Man,
Paul
why
Rudd
did
was-
we think Paul Rudd was in this?
Well, because he was in talks for it, and we talked about it on the show. And I actually,
and Chris Pratt was also in talks with
in
it.
fact,
Yeah.
I think I named an episode of the podcast Paul Rudd is Sonic's new best friend.
Yeah.
So Paul Rudd is not attached to this film, and I'm sorry that I made it sound like he was.
Well, that's hey, you know, it's an easy mistake to make. It's totally cool.
He and
but
his people made the good choice not to be involved in this film.
no kidding, right? Yeah. Is there any way that this movie is going to be any good?
No.
Is it even going to be like?
Not if this is how Sonic's gonna look.
Is this going to be one of those situations where it's going to be like actually bad, or like one of those where you go like a room bad, where you go to make fun of it?
Well, I was gonna say Sonic didn't get his chance in the '90s to have a
bad
completely
movie?
abhorrent film like Super Mario Brothers.
Oh,
So now he's playing catch up with Mario.
he's too slow, which is
For
ironic.
once
I
in his
mean,
life.
to be
Yeah.
fair, hasn't Sonic always been playing catch up to Mario?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
that's a
you're
good
not
point.
wrong.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I
So
don't know. I mean, it could be good if you don't look directly at it.
yeah, like if you squint real hard and yeah,
It's just the one thing that Sonic has floated by on for at least a decade is the fact that he has a cool character design that kids like.
mm-hmm.
So why would you take that out of the movie?
because we need realism, and Detective Pikachu
Except that
made
the,
us
except,
want
except
real
the
things.
Pokemon and Detective Pikachu look good.
They
look-
still look like Pokemon.
They look like Pokemon.
Yeah, they look like the way that they are supposed to look like.
They don't shy away from like the basic like structure of each creature.
I mean, even Mr. Mime, disturbing as he is to look at, still looks like Mr. Mime.
Oh, that thing looks like a freak, and I love it.
Yeah, he looked disturbing as a Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, this is going to be right up there with like the Mortal Kombat movies.
Hey, I like the
and
first one.
the Street Fighter movie, and
Hey, I like
Mario
the animated
Brothers.
one.
I mean, I hope we're wrong.
I hope we're
mean,
wrong.
if we have a good movie, that's better. Like I don't want it to fail.
I don't either. But you know what? If it's going to be bad, I hope it's like goes all in with the bad, like the Street Fighter movie, because at least there is some enjoyment to be had from that movie. Like
The day that I watched this movie
was the
was
most
worst day.
important day of your life. But for me,
It was a
was
Friday.
it was Tuesday. Yeah. God, Raul Julia is so good in that movie.
Oh yeah, he chews that movie up.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a shame that it was his last movie.
I know, and it's so bad.
Yeah.
I never did watch the Chung Li movie.
No, I
Don't.
never did either.
I heard it was terrible.
Yeah, don't. I mean, it has some interest. It does some interesting things with it. Bison actually does get the psycho power at the very end, which is kind of cool. And they introduce Gen, who in the games was that old blind
yeah.
assassin. In this, he's a friend of Chun-Li's father who trains her in kung fu. So it wasn't,
Show me.
it had some interesting things, but it was hampered by the fact that Kristen Cruick was playing Chun-Li, and also it was a Street Fighter movie, so it's inherently not going to be good.
Yeah, Chun-Li didn't look anything like Chun-Li.
Chun-Li?
Yeah,
Yeah, no buns, no giant bracelets, no nothing.
nothing. No giant meaty legs
Yeah, big meaty legs.
to do kicks.
Yeah.
Only and flying through the air upside down as a helicopter.
I mean, at least Ming-Na Wen looked like Chun-Li in the first Street Fighter movie.
Yeah.
well, first live action Street Fighter movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That animated one's so good though.
It is very good.
And like that whole scene where Chun Li fights Vega in her apartment, like the soundtrack to that, it's so good.
And you know what? The American live action Street Fighter movie did give us the Saturday morning cartoon Street Fighter, the Champions of Justice, or whatever it was called.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that thing.
That was actually okay.
That was a thing.
Which
Yeah.
which Street Fighter cartoon is it that opens with like Ryu and Ken's like love affair?
That's the movie.
That's the movie.
That's the movie. No, the Street Fighter Saturday morning cartoon followed the adventures of Colonel William Guile and Blanca, who was his friend Carlos Blanca.
Carlos Blanca.
Oh yeah, because in the games.
Tom Blankenberg.
Well, no, because in the game in Street Fighter 2, some translations of it, he is looking for his friend Charlie. Guile is. So in the live action movie, they decided, well, Blanca has no backstory. We're going to make him Guile's old friend Carlos Charlie Blanca, who was turned into some kind of monsterman.
Oh man, when you fight Blanca in Smash Brothers, and it's a green Donkey Kong.
It's a giant
Yeah.
green Donkey Kong with
shocking powers.
with the screw attack from Metroid.
Yeah.
It's great, super good.
Oh man.
All right. So, hey, I think we've gone through all of the non-video game news we have, so we're going to switch back over to some game news.
Sorry.
So, like the Game Awards, which is kind of a sham, but it happened.
Oh yeah, it's like the Oscars.
Yeah.
It's, well,
If the Oscars was
thinks it's the Oscars.
dumb. Yeah.
It's the Oscars in kind of name only. It's really just game journalist Jeff Keighley's excuse to meet a bunch of game developers.
To hang out with Hideo Kojima.
Pretty much. Yeah. I guess last year he was like holding back tears because he met Kojima for the first time. I was like, come on, this is a game award that you came up with and are also hosting. But anyways, it happened this year. Things popped up.
It happens every year, even though it's like a thing nobody asked for, but it keeps happening.
Yeah. It's only streamed on like Twitch.
Yeah, it's not even on TV anymore.
Yeah.
It used to be on Spike or whatever.
Spike or G4 or something. I
Yeah,
don't
now
know.
it's not even on that. You gotta
Yeah.
watch it on the internet. The only thing that comes out of it is there's a lot of fun announcements for new games.
Trailers and stuff, sure.
It's kind of like E3 if it was bad.
Yeah.
Game of the year went to God of War, which is a good game, but I don't think it's the best game that came out this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even Spider-Man is better. I thought was better than it is.
I think maybe God of War was like the first really good game that came out this year.
Yeah,
It definitely set that summer wildfire of really awesome single player games.
yeah.
Sure. What are some of the highlights from it, even trailer-wise? Because, like, the awards themselves, who cares?
Yeah.
Well, we got to talk about how Monster Hunter World
Monster Hunter
won Best RPG.
RPG, and it's not an
And
RPG.
it's not an RPG.
They just wanted to give that game an award, and RPG was the closest thing to it because it wasn't going to win Game of the Year,
Even though Dragon Quest XI was nominated for Best RPG.
which is an RPG.
Yeah, and is very, very good.
Yeah.
and deserves more recognition.
But no one cares about Dragon Quest in the West.
And that's why it should
That's-
get an award so
that's
people
why it
pay
should.
attention.
But
Especially in a genre that it is the standout of.
Jeff Keighley wanted to meet some people from Capcom Japan, so he gave it to that.
Octopath Traveler is more deserving of that award than Monster Hunter is.
I agree. I agree.
And have you even played Octopath Traveler?
I've seen a little bit of it.
Okay. It's like,
I've seen enough, and it looks very good.
and it's more of an RPG than Monster Hunter.
Sure. But no, okay, so there were a couple other big things. I mean, there were a lot of trailers and stuff that
the
hit.
Outer Worlds looks really good.
Yeah.
We forgot to put it on the board, but it's very much a Fallout style game made by somebody who can make a game. Obsidian, the people who did Fallout New Vegas, which is wildly known as the best
Yeah.
3D Fallout game that there is.
It was really good.
It is really good.
Yeah.
They're doing a space-themed game that looks very similar to Fallout New Vegas, and that sounds great.
That's cool.
Sign me
Awesome.
up.
Yeah.
Oh man, did you see that the new Far Cry?
Oh, that was another one that was announced. I'm excited for that one because I liked the last the last Far Cry so much.
And it's a direct sequel too.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys see the Mortal Kombat 11 trailer? Because it was good.
Yes,
you guys.
because we just watched it.
We just did watch
Yeah,
it.
20 minutes ago.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, it's good. It looks like they're going to continue the story modes where there's like convoluted time travel involved because
To bring certain characters back.
Ed Boon loves the classic designs of characters and
I mean, I
always
do
has
too.
excuse. Well, everybody does.
Yeah, everybody likes those looks better.
I
anyway.
actually have a theory that the reason why they've done Roman numerals for the game numbers all the way up until this one, and this one is the actual number 11, and I bet it's because they go back in time to Mortal Kombat 2, and it's a subtle reference to both
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 2 and 11 because the Scorpion from the trailer looks
is,
like
is Mortal Kombat 2
Mortal
Scorpion.
Kombat 2 Scorpion. Yeah.
And the fact they're bringing Shao Kahn back.
Actually, the way they the way they announced that game was actually really good. Ed Boon is a notorious liar when it comes to most things, and he came on stage saying that, "Hey, I'm here, and I'm going to, now here are the nominees for the best racing games of the year." And when he went to the big board, his trailer for Mortal Kombat 9 or 11 played because, like I said, Ed Boon's a giant liar who just lies constantly.
Did any racing games come out this year? I don't even know.
I think a Forza game won. He did eventually announce the game. Like as soon as the trailer was done, he's like, "Wow, I don't know what was that, you guys."
Wait, so
Huh?
I feel like there's like two racing games. There's either Forza or Gran Turismo.
Basically, and
and a
Forza
Gran-
won this year,
Because the Gran Turismo didn't come out.
pretty much. Yeah. See, there was also Geralt from
The Witcher series.
The Witcher in Monster Hunter.
Yeah, they released a trailer. His voice acting is really bad in it, by the way.
Sure.
Why? Did they not get the same guy?
No, they do, but his lines are very forced.
Oh.
It seriously
Because Capcom probably wrote him, and that's what all they're writing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
it seriously felt like I was playing the first Witcher again, the top down one. It was it just seemed unnatural the way the way he delivered his lines.
I think it's a natural choice to put him in Monster Hunter, though, because that's
he
what
is a
both-
monster
yeah.
hunter.
He fights the monsters.
Yeah, that's his job.
And it's not like it's a costume pack
Like
or
previous things.
anything like that.
like Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Yeah,
or Ryu and Sakura.
yeah. He is physically thrown through a portal to the Monster Hunter world.
God, he's just popping up everywhere. Like he
Yeah.
was in
Calibur.
Soul Calibur.
It's kind
6.
of getting tired now.
Yeah, a little bit.
I do want to play Soul Calibur though.
It looks so good.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And I'm
2B's coming soon, and she looks great from Nier Automata.
yeah.
2B
yeah.
is great, and I wish she was in Smash Brothers.
Well,
Hey,
I
never
mean,
say
never say never, because the other news that's Smash related, because we can't get enough, a character from the Persona games.
Persona 5 Joker, the player character from Persona 5, is going to be playable in Smash Brothers, which I love so much. It's not something I ever considered happening,
and here we are.
and here we are, and I'm so excited.
Yeah, I don't have any prior knowledge of the character other than what I've stills of the game. I don't really even know that much about Persona other than I know it's a RPG that, you have like a spirit partner, for lack of a better way of putting it.
Yeah.
Right? Kind of?
I mean, it's almost it's almost Pokemon-esque though.
Yeah.
You can switch them out with different monsters that you befriend in the world as you play.
Different.
But you get like
personas.
one. But you can only use like one at a time.
Well, you can
For
switch
ba-
during battle.
Oh, during battle? Oh, see, again, that shows how much I know about the Persona games.
Here's my.
But-
But only the player character can switch during battle. The other
interesting,
characters are stuck with the one persona they've awoken from inside them.
Gotcha.
Here's the thing about the Persona games. I know you're a big fan, Cody. For the longest time, I thought the Persona games were the Deception games.
Oh no, those aren't even close. They aren't even related.
I played a Deception game a long, long time ago, and for some reason, that was all I ever thought about.
They're not even the same company.
I know.
Those games are about setting traps in a castle.
Well,
I know.
anyway, Joker is going to be the first DLC character for the new Smash Brothers game, which is a big news because this is like Persona is not a Nintendo franchise at all.
No, you can't play any of the games on any Nintendo system except for
Right.
a spin-off.
Right. And as soon as the trailer played, Reggie Fils-Aimé, the
North
Nintendo of
American
America
head.
president, pretty much came out and
Inventor of the Bigfoot pizza.
yeah, inventor. Yes, we can't forget inventor of the Bigfoot pizza. He came out on stage. That big man came out on the stage and said that basically, in not so many words, all of the DLC characters are going to be similar to this kind of character.
They're going to be big surprises.
They're big surprises, characters that you wouldn't normally think of being on a Nintendo console, let alone a Smash Brothers game.
And you're not going to see them coming.
And you're not going to see them coming. So
Doom Guy.
we don't have much time. Predictions.
Doom Guy.
Doom
God,
Guy.
I hope Doom Guy.
Yeah, Doom Guy would be good.
Geralt.
Geralt, well, he's been in everything else so
Yeah.
far. It's a long shot, but I'm pulling for some Undertale and Undertale.
Sans Undertale.
Sans Undertale. I really don't think Sans would be a good player.
No, I don't either.
I think Papyrus would be a better, and more than anything, I think they're going to want to put an Undertale character because one, it was a humongous hit, and it was rare for an American like indie game to become that big of a hit.
in
Made by
Jap-
one dude.
Worldwide.
Japan. It was a
And
big deal
huge
in
hit.
Japan.
Yeah, and two, the prospect of having the main like the one big main song Megalovania from Undertale
It is
on
a
an
good song.
Undertale based stage because that game has a really unique, really cool looking look to it.
Yeah.
In order to get those things into the game, they also have to get a character in the game. So I bet I would say there's
We forgot
A
to
chance.
mention
Yes.
that they announced Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 for
Oh,
the Switch
yeah.
exclusively.
yeah
How long-
Spider-Man in Smash?
Wolverine.
How long has it
Wolverine
been
and Smash?
since there was a Marvel Ultimate Alliance?
A long time.
like
It was
10 years
PlayStation
probably.
2.
Like PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah, PlayStation.
It's
2.
been a while.
But it's bizarre that Nintendo locked down this game exclusively for
Yeah,
them.
that's pretty wild.
I mean, I'm excited. I love those games.
I could see a Marvel character of some kind showing up in Smash because of it.
See, that's the only thing is there are, with the exception of Rob, there are no characters in Smash that didn't originate outside of games. Like
That's true.
putting like Wolverine into it would be kind of a cheat. It would be like almost like putting Goku, which has always been the joke of putting Goku in Smash, because there have been video games with
Goku
these
in
characters. It didn't originate from a game series, so I think that kind of locks them out.
Super Meat Boy.
See, I don't know. I think they're going to be looking for, with the
think-
exception of Undertale,
I
because
think
that's my
Meat
guess.
Boy's time has passed.
Yeah,
It's too late.
I think that they're going to be looking at like big time, really recognizable
Edmund
characters.
McMillan doesn't even want to work on Meat Boy anymore.
Yeah, like Crash Bandicoot. I can see Crash Bandicoot being on there.
Yeah,
Like Banjo-Kazooie, as much as no one wants Banjo-Kazooie there.
that's not true. Everybody wants Banjo.
Well, everybody but us wants
Yeah.
Banjo-Kazooie there. I think we're
Yeah,
all
I
in
don't
agreement
want
that
Banjo,
I don't
'cause I
either.
don't-
But there's a pretty good chance that the character could end up there because Microsoft has said we would be more than happy. I mean, at this point, who wouldn't want their character to be in one of the biggest games to be
Yeah.
released in the last like 3 or 4 years and is going to be evergreen for the next couple of years? Because there's going to be more after this first DLC season pass. They're going to do more. They're going to do more.
not
Conquer.
Not Conquer.
They're not going to do Conquer.
He was originally a Game Boy character.
Yeah, well,
Before
no
he got,
one-
before
but
he got his
If they're
dirty,
not-
dirty
if
adult
they're
one.
not gonna do Banjo, they're not gonna do Conquer.
yeah, like I think there's an argument to be made for some kind of Mortal Kombat character because Mortal Kombat 11 is coming to the Switch, and that's the first Mortal Kombat game that's going to be on a Nintendo system
Since like the GameCube.
since like the GameCube. Yeah, that's a possibility.
I wish they'd just pull one like way out of left field, like Vice from like Skies of Arcadia or something stupid like that.
That'd be rad.
Yeah.
I love that game. I love
I've
Skies
never
of Arcadia.
actually played it. And
Really?
I need to.
It was one of my favorite Dreamcast games. I owned the GameCube one with the added content.
Oh, what if they pull in Dig Dug?
That'd be rad. I would love
Because
a classic arcade character.
honestly, one character out of the 5 is probably going to end up being some kind of classic arcade character.
Oh, that'd be neat.
Dig Dug, and Namco has a whole bunch of them. that could
Oh
pull
yeah.
from.
Yeah. I mean, sky's the limit at this point. With Joker being put into Smash, it means that
It opens up the floodgate.
anyone is
Who
up for
originates from a
grabs.
video game.
They should have
Honestly.
Echo Fightered Pac-Man into Miss Pac-Man.
I agree. Yep. I
I'm
totally
actually
agree.
kind of surprised it's not an alternate costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should have been.
Yeah.
Just like Alamar can turn into Alf or whatever his name
Oh, whatever
is.
his name is, and who cares about home? Anyway, hey, we have gotten way into the weeds on this, and
Oh,
we've
God.
gone over time.
Yeah.
So let's get on out of here. You've been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at Nerd Overload Now.
You can send us an email, staff at Nerd Overload, questions, comments, Smash character predictions, which we've asked for a lot of times.
Don't
and we haven't
say
gotten
Goku.
any.
Don't say Goku.
Goku was going to be in it, but Joker stole his invitation.
That's right. That's it.
That's a good.
That's exactly it.
That's a good.
You
good
can
pull.
subscribe to our YouTube channel, Nerd Overload TV. You can go to my website, BelieveTheGame.com, to check out footage of my upcoming game.
Awesome. Yeah.
Please do it.
Yeah, for sure. You can also find our show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, and just about anywhere else you can find a podcast. You can find this show. We have t-shirts for sale. Just go to bit.ly/nerdoverloadT. That's TEE.
Hope you didn't want to get them in time for Christmas because it's probably too late.
It's
now.
probably too late, but hey, New Year's present.
Yeah.
You could be looking good. You can be styling for the new year. Valentine's Day
is coming up.
your
No
loved
better-
ones. No better.
No better way to show that significant other how much they mean to you with a Nerd Overload T-shirt.
Exactly.
Show them they have your seal of approval
or
for Valentine's Day.
Perfect. All right. Hey, thanks again for tuning in, and we will be back next week.
Peace out.